All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know on a secret. I originally wanted to title this video 3 Stupid Mistakes Students Make. But I didn't want to put stupid in the title, but they really are stupid mistakes. And the only reason why I feel comfortable saying stupid mistakes is because they are mistakes that I have made, probably even on some YouTube videos or in front of my students. But I didn't want to put it on a YouTube title. People sometimes get argumentative about that. So we're going to keep it with 3 simple mistakes. But now that you're watching the video, you know what I originally wanted to call it. So what are some mistakes that students make when they're doing rules of exponents? And these are basic problems of rules of exponents, but students like myself still make mistakes. What is the most common one here? Students multiply. They see that the multiplication problem, they say, oh yeah, I gotta multiply these. So that's gonna be x to the 5 times 7, which equals x to the 35th power. No, ladies and gentlemen, that is not correct. Remember, the rules of exponents say, the product property, when you're multiplying 2 exponents with the same base, you're going to add the powers. This is going to be x to the 12th power. Okay, make sure you're clear on that. The next one, students are like, oh yeah, multiply, product property, you multiply, you add. So when you divide, you subtract, right? I get it. So they say, all right, that's 5 to the 5 minus 8. That's y to the negative 3. Crap, what do I do with the negative 3? Usually students will just make something up and say, I just want to forget about the negative 3. And they'll just leave the 3 in the top. No, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, when you have a negative power, the only way to get rid of that negative power is to reciprocate. That means you need to be able to put this in the denominator. So therefore, this is going to be 1 over a y to the positive 3. This happens all the time. Students get to this answer and they're like, yeah, that's it. That's what we do. But then they flip it, or they just kind of get rid of the negative like, I didn't see it. Don't do that. The next one, negatives. They mess students up all the time, right? Now we talked about over here where students will get the negative and they will kind of forget to reciprocate. But what if you already have a fraction? How do you already reciprocate that? And what if you have a negative inside there? So there's a couple of mistakes actually students will make here. The first mistake is that they'll see like negatives will cancel out. I don't know, they think we're doing multiplication here. So they'll say, oh, well, this is just going to be a 1/5 now squared. And therefore it's a 1 over 25 because maybe the negatives cancel out. No, that's not the rule. That doesn't work that way. The other way is sometimes the students will just kind of get confused on how do we reciprocate this, and maybe they'll forget about the negative, they'll leave it as a negative inside there, they'll forget that this is a negative number squared. But one quick way to always do this, remember, you just got to reciprocate this number. Just like we did with the y, we change it to y, 1 over y3, which is the same thing as 1 over y to the 3rd power. It's the same idea. So all we simply need to do is just reciprocate this. So therefore, it's going to be a negative 5 over 1 to the positive 2nd power. Once you reciprocate, you can now change that to a positive power. Now again, we don't really need to go ahead and include this here, but a lot of students, again, will forget about the negative and they'll leave that as a negative 25. No. This is negative 5 times negative 5. So therefore, the final answer is going to be a positive 25.